Hi, and thanks for joining us again on PDQ-PD. One of the extensions that I often recommend to teachers is one called Readability. Readability is a tool that cleans up a web page to make it easier to read by removing ads, comments, and other unnecessary page elements. When you do that, all that's left is the main article, and it's in an easy-to-read format. This is a pretty powerful tool to help students of all ages with reading comprehension. And I use it myself when an article has those annoying ads on top of the text that I'm trying to read that you have to click off of in order to see the text. Unfortunately, Readability has recently announced that it's shutting down its extension. If you used Readability, or this is the first time you've heard of such a tool, here are 3 alternatives, and these are all free. Special thanks to Eric Kurtz for his blog posts that outline 10 such alternatives, but these are the 3 I think will be the easiest to use. The 3 that I will show you today are Just Read, and that's the one you see on the screen now, Notebook Web Clipper, and the third is Purify. All 3 of these are available on the Chrome Web Store, and I will provide the link in the accompanying email as well. To add them, click the Added to Chrome button, and it will add that in your list of extensions as you can see up here. Now I've already added these just to show you how to use the 3 extensions. To start with, let's go to a site that we can use to show you the 3 extensions. I have chosen the site Dogo News, and Dogo News is a great resource to find grade-level news stories. And this particular story is a story about shipwrecks in the Black Sea. Now what I've done here, you can see I've already installed the 3 extensions, and when I'm on the page, on the article that I want to read, I'm going to start with Just Read, and I'm going to simply click on the extension icon, and you can see it takes all of the stuff outside of the text and the pictures and strips it away, so all that's left is the reading material. Now in this particular app, you have a few options here. If you click on the paintbrush, you can change the size of the font if you want to make it a little larger. And you can also change the width of the page, which I found particularly useful. That way you can see more text in one pass. When you're finished, when you've read the article that you want, you can simply close it. It takes you back to here. And when you want to go back to the web page itself, click on the X. And we're back to our web page. This second extension is called Notebook Web Clipper. I'm going to click on the icon while being on the page. You see it opens up this window. You can ignore all of this. You do not have to sign up. You can simply click on the Clean View window, or I'm sorry, the Clean View option here. And it looks pretty much like the Just Read extension. It gives you the text and the pictures. You don't have any other options here to change font, but if this is the simplest way, and it does pretty much what you need it to do. When you're finished, you want to go back to the web page, simply click on the X. And the third is called Purify. Now this gives you a little bit different look. I'm going to click on the extension while being on the web page. And in this one, instead of giving you a vertical scrolling view of the page, it divides it into columns and adds the pictures. And you can see down here in the lower right, you have an option to change the font size. You can go to full screen, and this is the help questions here. And when it takes more than one page on the screen, this is a scroll through that can take you back and forth through the article itself. And then like the others, the X takes you out of this view altogether and back to your original web page. Now let me show you one quick use case that you could use these type of tools for. I'm going to go back to Just Read. I'm going to pull the Just Read version here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all the text. And I'm going to copy it by either using the right click and copy or the keyboard shortcuts for your particular device. I'm going to take this to a blank Google Doc. And I'm going to paste it without formatting. And it brings the text, but not the pictures. It brings the text into a Google Doc. So if you wanted to do some things like, if you brought this in and you were going to use this for research and you just wanted to highlight the important points, you could use your highlighting tool here. and you can highlight the sections that you wanted highlighted in your document. That's a way that teachers could use this, copy some text from a web page and send it to students to find main ideas and that sort of thing. Students, you could use it when researching papers or things like that, when you wanted to bring the text from an article into another place. So those are 3 examples of extensions. Those again were Just Read, Notebook Web Clipper, and Purify. Those are 3 examples of extensions that allow you to clean up a web page for easier readability, and it gives you a couple hints on how you can use that tool in your class or in your work. Thanks again for joining me on PDQPD, and have a great day.